Kingdom Come Deliverance is the sort of game where you can learn something new every single time you play it. And since uploading our first video, which you can watch by clicking the link, we've discovered new stuff from playing the game and from reading your comments, so we wanted to celebrate some of the cool suggestions from you, the Logitech G community. And with that in mind, here are 9 mistakes to avoid in Kingdom Come Deliverance. First off, don't forget to use stealth takedowns. The game doesn't explicitly teach you how to do these, but by crouching and approaching someone from behind, you can choke them out, then rob their unconscious bodies. And if you're feeling extra creepy, it also works while they're asleep. There are a few reasons why this is useful. Firstly, you can take out tough enemies without having to fight them, if that's the way you want your Henry to roll. Simply sneak up behind them, choke them out, then finish them off. Secondly, it's a sneaky way of getting a full suit of plate armor early on. As you're traveling between the roads of Ratai and Neuhof, you'll probably come across a wayfaring knight. You can duel him if you're feeling honorable, or creep up, knock him out and nick his armor if you're not. There's a chance any NPC will resist your chokehold though, so be prepared for the consequences if it all goes wrong. Lockpicking is one of the trickier aspects to Kingdom Come, and it's an area developers Warhorse Studios have promised to patch. But in the meantime, this trick from commenter SH is handy. Picking locks is easier the closer the sweet spot is to the middle. So if it's in a weird or tricky place, just cancel the attempt and try again when it's central. You can also get plenty of practice picking locks by visiting villagers' homes while they're away at work, which is probably the opposite of what most games teach you, but it makes perfect sense when you think about it.
What?
Stealing stuff in Kingdom Come Deliverance is a constant temptation because it's quite hard to make money. But there's always a danger you'll get searched by guards, and selling stolen goods, as we mentioned in the next entry, makes everything worth less money. Now there are a few solutions to this. If you're worried about being searched, commenter Winner International suggests storing your stolen goods before entering towns so that nothing gets confiscated. You can also put all your stolen goods into your horse's inventory if you're about to get searched. Another thing you can do is just wait. Give it a bit of time and the red hand will disappear from your inventory. The cheaper the item, the quicker it'll go. Another option is to sell the goods at a different town, because somewhat realistically, there's no way someone in Ratai would know if you nicked all your wares from Uzit.
Naturally.
Commenter Scott Newton points out you can make plenty of money quickly by hunting animals. Only technically, this is poaching, and unless you're selling to the miller, merchants will only buy the meat at a vastly reduced price. Now, you could wait around until the goods no longer show up as stolen, but the meat might spoil. And there's a quicker way. Simply cook the meat and it registers as a different item, leaving you free to sell it at top whack to whomever you want. Bigger animals such as deer or boar sell for loads, but you can sharpen your skills by hunting hare first. Commenter Michael Dark suggested this great tip about picking nettles. Head into the wilderness, find a bit of scrubland, and spend 20 minutes picking nettles. Once you find them, they're usually clumped together in the same area. Just look for the sort of places you'd expect to find nettles in real life. After you've picked enough to level up your herbalism a couple of times, you'll get a hidden perk called Resistance, which confers a permanent +2 bonus to your vitality, representing the immunity you built up to poisons and stings while picking flowers. Level your herbalism up even further, and you even get a bonus to strength. Not only is this a useful early game buff, but you can also go on to sell the herbs to make a quick profit, and just going out into a field to pick flowers is weirdly relaxing too. Nice. A very quick one next. If you don't want to spend all your groschen on saviour schnapps, go to an inn and pay for a room. It only costs 2 groschen, as opposed to the 100 groschen for saviour schnapps, and it's a nice RP way of rounding off a day of adventuring. On a related note, if you don't ever want to pay for saviour schnapps, learn alchemy. The ingredients are cheap and easy to find, and brewing potions is great fun. As commenter Yannick Arndal suggests, it's also better than using a mod because it feels far more immersive. The other aspect to this is that you can apply potions to your weapons. This great tip from Martin Sternad suggests applying poisons to your weapon. If you stab your opponent at the beginning of the fight and cause bleeding, their stats will lower. And you can also apply poisons and potions to cooking pots for the same effect, but be cautious about adding beneficial concoctions. You may end up actually making your opponents healthier. There's one caveat to this though. If you're going to learn alchemy, you should probably learn to read as well, otherwise the recipe books will just be gibberish. Although you should probably learn to read anyway because it's a nice way of leveling up skills and because the process of Henry learning is just basically adorable. What a good student.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non alique parte prosit.
As you're exploring the land of Bohemia, you'll see loads of tooltips pop up with info. Don't ignore them. Things like accidents often lead to mini-quests that are an opportunity to try out your speech skills on easy NPCs, and you can make yourself some money. Pay particular attention to birds' nests. Most of the time they'll just have feathers in them, but occasionally they've got groschen or jewellery, presumably nicked by some avaricious magpies. There's also something immensely satisfying about shooting down a bird's nest with an arrow. Like everything in Kingdom Come Deliverance, you get better at things by doing them, and speech is no different. When you're in a conversation with an NPC, know that choosing the grey text won't confer any experience. Instead, pick the options in white wherever possible to increase your speech stats. As mentioned in the previous entry, the random accidents you find in the wild are a great way to test your speech skills against easy opponents. Simply look at the stats in the bottom left corner of the screen, pick the option most likely to succeed, and enjoy the slightly awkward outcomes.
I didn't want to kill him. I just couldn't stop myself.
So there you go, 9 more tips to take your Kingdom Come game to the next level. Please hit that like button if you learned anything new, and make sure you leave your suggestions and tips for Kingdom Come Deliverance in the comments below. Is there anything we've missed? Do you want to share your get-rich-quick schemes? Please let us know, we might share them in a future video. Thank you again for watching, happy adventuring, and please subscribe to Logitech G for more weekly shows and features.